Good morning, everybody. Let me just make sure my mic is on. It is. Hey, so happening right now, I'm just kind of running into them, is Indie Volt Breakfast Buzz. So make sure you head over there and give them some love over at Indie Volt. Hit the subscribe button and all that. And while you're subscribing, make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button over here for my channel. And I woke up today with a tiny bit of a migraine. It was like, it's not like full on, it was just behind my eye, just kind of that pressure. And so I said, you know what? I gotta keep going anyway. So I took a couple Excedrin, I got my sneakers on, and I went out for my run. I feel a little bit better right now. I think it's probably because the drugs and not so much because of the movement. But day 32, I'm still going. I've got my apple cider vinegar drink here. Boom. Going to be drinking that in a bit. Yesterday, I had a package reveal from Nita Lanning, and there was this really cute pink bag here. I'm going to reveal what she said because this is so adorable. Oh, so anybody who has been tuning in probably knows that I'm on baby watch because my daughter-in-law is expecting her first child, my first grandchild. Look at that, how cute! I forgot that my kids were this small at some point. Oh my gosh, so adorable. We've got little rainbows, little rainbow bears. If you can see that, isn't that cute? And just pinky pink stars and stripes because it's my middle child, so get used to those stripes, kid. What was that movie? What was that movie? And it's got little matching hats. Look at that. Oh, so adorable. So we're on baby watch. She is due the 23rd, and we will see if she goes a little bit early. I know she's hoping to. And I remember those days where I was like jumping up and down. I'm like, what can I do to speed this along? And then I've got this beautiful hand knit baby blanket from my friend Maureen Scepter Vance. She just, I can knit, but not this quality. I mean, look at this. Look at the fringe that she actually did. Just if I don't know if you can see that, but so I will be sending that up uh, to my daughter-in-law. So thank you from the community who's sending good wishes and positive thoughts and health and all that stuff for the first grandchild. So I'm really excited about that. Ah, not only that, it's like the mother's curse. I'm like, I hope your children are just like you. My middle child, all of my children, they are my heart, but the middle one, he was my heartburn. And yeah, so oh, evil glee. I am having a really hard time focusing. I know it's still early in the morning, and I am struggling. I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I have to do? What don't I have to do? So I'm looking at probably about a 1,000 word soul sucker. And I call the soul suckers articles that will never have my name on it, uh, but it takes my brain power to put it together and send that out. And they are soul suckers. They feel like, even though it's only 1,000 words, it sometimes it takes all day because you just write a sentence and you're like, and I was, oh, okay, back to it, and not fun. And I would love to know what you guys do. It's I talked about this a while ago. It is that feeling of suspended animation almost, but that's not quite the term that I'm looking for. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, where there's just so much going on, and then you just freeze because you're like, I don't even know where to start. You're looking at this huge pile of stuff that you need to do, and you're like, oh man, it's like Jenga pieces. You take a piece out and you try and work on it, and you hope the whole thing, the rest of it doesn't tumble over. And whew, all right. So like today's, got to pay some bills, got to get some soul sucking writing done, got to do some fun writing. And I think the fun thing, though, the fun thing that I can focus on, and I can't do that until some of these other soul sucking things are done, is this app that I was turned on to by my friend Bobby Stamps. He is on Facebook. He's known by as Bobby Stamps or what is it, Bobby Shadows or something like that. I've known him for or known of him. I've never met him in person, but we've known each other and we've kind of been running around these circles on the internet for at least 6 years, which is kind of cool and crazy. He's very much into marketing and he does comedy and he's been live chatting. I found him through an app which no longer exists called Blab, and then through their Periscope and stuff. And then I found out yesterday that Periscope is shutting down as of March. So they're not going to allow any new accounts to be created, probably way before then, if they haven't already stopped that. And so Bobby sent me a link to this app called Haps TV. And I'm going to share my screen here so that you guys can see. It looks really cool. It was very simple to put together as far as your profile and adding your links and things like that. So I don't know. I'm in a different screen right now. But you're able to edit your profile and create your username, put in your bio and stuff like that. Your subscribers, and when I saw that, I was like, wow, I have that many, is based on your social media links. So if you were to hit the subscribers here, it will show you who has subscribed to you. It gives you an opportunity to subscribe to them. And then it shows you how many followers you have on your social media, which is linked to your HAPS profile. So that is really cool. I am not currently live streaming through HAPS. I'm going to try that later only because this is not attached to my Twitch account, which I've been trying to grow unsuccessfully. And I can't even say I've been trying to grow it. I really haven't. I haven't put that much effort into it except to link to it and just have content there. So you get coins. Now, I don't know what these coins are. I don't know if you can accumulate them and turn them into cash. I believe I saw something where it was like 1/10 of a penny. So each coin is like 0.1 of a penny. So it takes 100 of them to make a penny. You also have the opportunity to get tipped. So I've seen some live streams. Let me just hit the discover here. And you'll see other people who are basically influencers. Some of them have badges. Badges? Yes. So some of them are HAPS VIPs. Some of them are in as journalists. Here you go. Here's a top journalist here. We've got artists, we've got journalists, podcasters, teachers, just people who get on here and just stream. I've recommended this to people on my Facebook feed. In the show description, you'll also see a link. It's an invite link, and I get credits if you sign under me. So there are. Let me go back to my profile here. So my profile, invite master. So I have 3 of 10. So I can earn 200 coins if I refer 3 more friends. And then I get a badge after 10, I guess. Let's see, in the loop, how many people I've subscribed to, philanthropists or people who I sponsor. And I think that's through coin, but I think there's also a way to link actual wallet and tip people real money. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but because it says HAPS beta, I probably won't. I think I'll just stick with kind of tipping with coins when I get to it. And I found people on here that I recognized from Blab, from Periscope, and just through just a lot of the social media marketers and things. So good morning, Teresa Dunn. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Carl. So this is like a YouTube where you can reward people. Carl. So I'm gonna say it is more like a StreamYard because when I go on here, it should simulcast to these different channels. It should simulcast to Twitter through Periscope, I believe, because I have those linked. It should go to my Facebook and YouTube. I don't know if it goes to Instagram stories or if it posts automatically. I think that there are permissions in there that allow you to do that or to disconnect from it. I haven't tested it yet. I'm going to do that later when I'm a little bit cleaned up. But I want to say it's more like a StreamYard. The and it does have some really cool options as far as share screens. I believe that you can add overlays. You can invite guests, but unlike StreamYard, you can only invite people who are members of HAPS. So it's where StreamYard, you can send a link to anybody and they can pop in. They don't have to create an account. This one, they have to be a member. What else is there? So they have the different justifications where you can have somebody on a big screen and you have guests on the other ones, and you can have share screens. They have the split screens, so it could be portfolio or landscape, depending on what your settings are when you go live. It has some cool banners that you can put up on top. I believe it can show tips and things like that if anybody's tipping you. And Michelle, so you're asking, is this mainly comics, gaming, etc.? No, unlike Twitch, which is very much gaming and comics and stuff, this they when they first launched, I believe it was more about news, like where you can go as far as sharing news, being a journalist and things. They've really opened it up. I was watching a replay of a live stream yesterday with some of the founders and developers where they were talking about having to add extra servers because of their growth, probably because Periscope is closing down and a lot of those creators are migrating elsewhere and they happen to be landing on HAPS. So you're going to see a lot of people who are just vlogging, and it looks easy, it looks fun, and again, I would probably try it for personal vlogging, but I've got a paid subscription for StreamYard, and the biggest difference is that on HAPS, you can only add one account each. So one Facebook account, one YouTube, one Twitter account, etc. Whereas StreamYard, you can log into up to 8 accounts and simulcast through there. So because I do a lot of my live streaming through StreamYard, through my StreamYard account, and for Geek Insider, that's not yet an option, and I know that they are very busy developing. It's supposed to be quite easy for the mobile app if you want to try the HAPS TV app on your mobile. I know it's very friendly to iOS. I believe that there's a download for Android, so it looks really cool. And again, if you're interested, I have an invite code in my show description. So, going back to what Teresa Dunn said, as far as feeling a little like there's so much to do, I don't. It's weird. Maybe it is a feeling of being overwhelmed, but I don't know if it's a mindset though, because there isn't anything on my list that I haven't done yesterday or the day before or for weeks and months. Just today just feels a little off, and probably because I woke up with a tiny bit of a migraine, and I think I've nipped it in the bud. But and I did go for my walk, so I don't feel like my head's going to explode. Uh, yeah, so it's just one of those days where I literally have to write down my list before I do anything else, what has to get done, and cross them off as I do them and focus just on that one thing. Because a lot of times I'll have 20 tabs open on my computer. Let me stop the screen here so I can get on here. Yeah, so I'll have 20 tabs on my computer and I can just kind of go through each one of them. I'll check on messages, I'll check on emails, I'll open up the tab to get a task done. Uh, and today just doesn't feel like that's possible. So, one thing. So, if you don't see me on Facebook being very active, it's because I shut it down so that I can focus. That's I don't. What do you guys do? I would love to know what you do uh, when you feel like that suspended animation feeling or that hamster wheel feeling. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I've talked about this before, the hamster wheel. Like you're running, you're running. Oh my gosh, I'm going so fast. I'm doing all of this and I'm nowhere. I haven't moved another inch forward. I haven't done anything. But I've been busy. I've been busy. But at the end of the day, when you're on the hamster wheel, what have you accomplished? So that's what I feel like, and I know it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. I have the whole day ahead of me, so I have to get focused. I'm going to change my clothes, take a quick shower, change my clothes, finish up my apple cider vinegar drink, have a cup of coffee, and try and get on with the day after I make my list. So that's really it for me, guys. It's about 17 minutes, almost 18 minutes into this thing. I've really tried to keep it short and sweet just because it's a personal vlog. I'm blabbing, blah. Uh, yeah, I think I'm out of here. I have to try and get some focus, get some grounding, and maybe it's just I don't know. I think I slept well. I feel like I slept well. Um, but in a way, I kind of feel tired. So I don't know if it's. I get seasonal depression too. So maybe it's just kind of battling that. They say your body remembers these things. And for me, it's always been very cyclical. So usually from November through February, I have a tendency of disappearing. I just fall off the internet. And, my good friends know that I usually come back around February, January, February. And I don't want to do that. I want to try and find some semblance of consistency and just being present, even if it feels like a bit of a struggle. So that is part of the challenge too for me is just being present every day. Maybe see being present and being engaged are two totally different things. And right now I just feel too exhausted to be engaged. Although I it's weird, I would put that aside if somebody else was in worse shape than I am. Does that make sense? Because then I could be like, oh, my shit's not so bad, but I can help you, and then I'll worry about it. I don't know. It's weird. All or nothing kind of thing. I'm a work in progress, guys. I am a work in progress. But on that note, it is Thursday, December 17th, almost the end of the week. I hope you're feeling a little bit more energized than I am. And if any of my messaging helps, let me know. Let me know that this is worth tuning into. Otherwise, it's just a vlog. And quite honestly, I am surprised that anybody tunes in. And I appreciate every single one of you who do. Tonight on Geek Speak, I have Luis Cruz. He is a comic book creator, and we'll be talking to him at 9 o'clock this evening. Right now, again on Indie Vault, they are doing Breakfast Buzz. I haven't tuned in to see who their special guests are, but it's a good show with Varian, Randy, and Daphne sitting in the main chairs. And we were all on Geekgasm last night, so I'm sitting in temporarily until Lola gets back. Uh, I think that's about it. I am looking at the calendar to schedule two separate Geek Speaks for horror and thriller writers, one for prose and one for comic books, because they're similar but different. And creating a panel so that people who are interested basically in the writing process, getting into those characters, the character development, scaring the hell out of people, and things like that. That is right up my alley. I love writing that kind of stuff. So the dark fiction. And speaking of dark fiction, the Compendium of Dread is going to be on Kickstarter launching. Let me look at the calendar. I talked to Rob Anderson, who is he's our logistics guy for Terraform Comics. And I was picking his brain because he's done Kickstarters for a while, successful ones. And I said, well, should I wait? Because I missed the 15th because I was cleaning up uh, the campaign and filling in some blanks and stuff like that. I said, do I wait for Thursday the 17th? And he says, well, if you don't need the money, he's like, you don't want to go right before Christmas. He said, but looking at the calendar, if you Tuesdays are generally pretty good for a launch. He said between Christmas and New Year's would probably be my best bet if I'm not hurting for money. And the thing is, I mean, I would love to have money in the bank, don't get me wrong. But that money, if there is any extra after delivery, um, that's all going towards art anyway. So there's one story in the Compendium of Dread. It's called The Dying. And I wrote that about 4 years ago. And it's been in my head for a long time. I took that prose and I scripted it out. So what you're seeing in the book is not going to be what you see in the first 8 pages. That's going to be in the Terraformed Continuum, which is an anthology series where we're inviting creators to collaborate and put their works into that book. That's going to be a whole other stream that we'll talk about. Carl Witzman, wait until everyone has their Christmas money and they feel rich. And I think that was what Rob was getting at, is wait until after Christmas. So what did I say? It was the 29th? The 29th is between Christmas and New Year's. And I think that sounds like a good time to launch. So, good morning, Nita. Thank you for tuning in. I'm feeling kind of low energy. I feel better after I talk, though. I think it's just that idea of hearing myself, even though I don't like my own voice, and using your breath. So when you speak out loud, uh, maybe, another thing is I have the house to myself. It's me and my dogs because my son and my husband are at work. This is my son's first week at work. For somebody, and that's another thing. Thank you for all of those yeses and positive vibes that were out in the universe. Keep them coming because things are moving. And my son, he doesn't believe me when I tell him how proud I am and how happy I am for him. Even though he's worked for family businesses and things like that, he's on the Aspie scale. He will not admit it, and he gets angry when I say, "Hey, by the way, um, it's been like a huge fight." He doesn't want help. He's fallen through the cracks as far as when he was in school, as far as getting um, any kind of support from family because they're like, I was the bad guy. Like, why are you trying to make him disabled? And I'm like, that's not what I'm going for here. I'm trying to help him. So he's always falling through the cracks. Uh, Finally got a yes, finally working. And it's going to be so exciting for him to get his first paycheck. I am so happy. I'm almost crying. Uh, because that is step one. Step two, uh, maybe he'll get his driver's license because the boy knows how to drive. He's just not confident. He can go around the parking lot. He doesn't run over things. He doesn't hit the curb or anything like that. But when it comes to actually getting on the road and driving, he's afraid of hitting somebody. I said, "Oh, if you can keep the car in between the lines, you don't have to worry about it. Just don't hit people and don't hit other cars. That's it." And so he's nervous because it's that unknown. And I get it because I've always, for the longest time, that unknown was so scary to me. And I didn't want to admit that I was scared, but I was. And then when you cross that border, when you jump over that hurdle into the unknown and you realize, oh my God, it didn't kill me. I'm not dead, you know? Oh, that didn't hurt. It was uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt and I'm not dead. Okay. Then you get that experience and you can internalize that and go, okay, the next time it's going to be a little bit easier. So anything new for me is still awkward. I don't like it. I hate it. But I do it because I feel like I should stay on some kind of a learning curve. Otherwise, it's boring. At the same time, it's exhausting to always be on a learning curve. But who wants status quo? I don't. You cannot become better if you're just content with the status quo. Always push those boundaries. And I've been blabbing for almost a half an hour. Why? I'll tell you why. If I'm being completely honest, and maybe you guys will shout it out in comments. It's because I'm procrastinating. I don't want to start my day. Ah, no, I really don't. So yeah, but I really have to. So I've got my sticky pad. I'm going to start writing the things that must get done today and put down those little goals. Today's all about achieving those little goals, so I can feel better about the day when I go to sleep tonight. That's it. Uh, Again, if you can, head over to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. My links to HAPS TV and YouTube and my social media link tree. That's another thing. Head over to Linktree, linktr.ee/MEREJ99 is where you can find all of my links. Uh, and there are a lot. I recommend everybody create a link tree because that is a place where you can centralize all of your links, send people to one place to find all your stuff. It's great. Carl Witzman, you say, I said that in my show about NaNoWriMo. We all did shows, so we didn't have to write. Yes. I am procrastinating. Oh man, I don't want to start my day. All right, I really have to. I love you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I am blown away that you tune in. Um, Again, there are some really great shows. Carl, I need to get with you because I know you were compiling a list of shows, people, and links and things like that. I want to make sure that that I'm putting that up on my website. That's going on my list because I think it's important to support one another. All right, I'm really gone. Carl, good luck, good day. I'll talk to you later. Nita, I'll I don't know how active I'm going to be on Facebook today because I've got to focus. Once I get my focus, maybe after my cup of coffee, I'll be better. So yes, go. Bye. Love you guys. See ya. See you later.